Our clients and our projects are right here. They're right on our heart because we want the best for our clients.
At the 4 month, they hate us, but then don't they come back 2-3 months after they're settled in with a thank you email or a thank you message?
Don't quit because you're tired. You quit when you're done. That's our new tagline, built by faith.
Driven by craft.
Driven by craft. That's what drives us every day. It's not the money. It's about coming to a client that can't figure things out and solving the problems. Yeah, it was tough. It was a lot of pain. Maybe you picked the wrong shorts and you got chafed along the way. But, at the end of the day, the team brings you through and you finish at the end. And then you reap all the rewards.
Yeah.
It feels good. You're like, all right, I made it. Guys, welcome back to the show that's going to take the guesswork out of your home remodel. I'm Pete. I'm here with Gonzalo, and this is No One Knows.
That's right, guys. So stick around because if you didn't know, now you'll know. So, Pete, we're back.
Oh, it's good to be back in the studio. We've been on the road. We've also been really busy. Everybody's been asking us, where are the posts? Where you guys been, right?
So we did a couple on location, but we're back in the studio. But it's been a roller coaster for us.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you talk to us a little bit of what we got going on lately here at NOAH?
Yeah. So we've been building not only people's jobs, but our own business, so we've been interviewing and hiring and, it's, trying to get project managers in is a real task. I didn't realize that it's a dying breed out there for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very tough because
what's scary is a lot of these guys that have been coming in are GCs themselves that are closing down their businesses, but they don't, you ask them simple questions and they just don't know the process.
The experience doesn't seem to be there, but they do call themselves GCs, that they did it for a long time and now they're trying to step it down a bit.
I mean, I don't know if it's we're just over the top of what we expect, because we do expect a lot. And as a design build, we know every part of the job. Like we know the structure, the framing, the electrical,
the mechanicals, the finishes.
It's hard for even when we hire subcontractors to do electrical and plumbing, we know what goes into that, and we've educated ourselves a lot on those areas. So we protect our clients, right?
That's true. So, and that's the reason why we educated ourselves on all of this, so that we can make sure that the client is getting what we want, which is that NOAH experience, that NOAH quality. For us to be able to say, we don't go and say, hey, no, just go deal with the electrician. No, you deal with us. Yeah. And we do all the heavy lifting. So
it's hard. It's hard because me and you run most of the jobs. Now it's hard delegating to other people that, we're worried that the client might not get the same experience they get with us. So we kind of jump in a lot of the times. But that's a growing pain we've been dealing with.
It is, but it's part of the reason why we decided that let's build
from within. Yeah.
Right. And now, so
now we're wearing different hats. So now we've become running the business, running the jobs, and now teaching. Which we're learning every day.
Yes, we're learning how to be teachers because we want our guys, from the guys in the field to the guys that are moving up to being project managers, our project coordinators, and everyone to give the clients, treat the clients and basically give them that experience as if they were talking to you.
We provide, yeah.
Exactly. So it's been a hell of a ride, but we're glad to be back. I got a couple of questions for you, man, that they've been coming in hot. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that.
But even though we've been through a lot and it's a hard road and we get tired, that quote always comes to me that they say, don't quit because you're tired. You quit when you're done. That's right. We're not done, and we're building, and we're looking to increase our business and put out a superior product. Clients that come to us are looking for that superior product and that project management that you don't get from a lot of different places,
That's true.
But yeah, we've been, just to touch on that a little bit, we've been bringing in different representatives to teach our managers like all the ins and outs of siding and roofing and stone and fabrication and also.
No, it kind of funny because, when we told the guys, by the way, guys, we're going to get a lesson on how to install windows. And they all laugh like, what do you mean? I've been installing windows for so long. And yes, you have, but have you been doing it the right way?
That's the question.
And now with the new, all these new energy codes that we have to meet, and now, everything goes into play. So we had people here teaching us on how to install a window properly, how to even do the house wrap properly. Like a lot of people don't realize that that's a very important key to the longevity of your house, of your project. So, even those teachings, like everybody could just look at a window as if installing a window, super easy, have a level, couple of nails, and let's go. But we know it's not. So it's been great, though. It's been great. So what's the episode we have today, Pete? What do we got in store for our viewers?
So we're going to talk about the reality of the build, what it's like to live through construction or actually live through it or just going through it in a whole, living on site or off site.
The reality of the build. And this is also part of why, we hear also on the social media world, like what's going on? Why you guys haven't been around? So now that you guys know, we've been busy building our team, getting it stronger to be able to provide you guys with a better experience. Also,
I don't know what's going on with the whole social. I mean, I don't know how these guys have all this time to just post and post and post. I mean,
but what are they posting though? Like let's be real. Are they posting the content that that we want? I mean, we started doing this just because we want to give out the right information.
Well, personally, I don't even like doing this. So honestly, I mean, you guys told me that, with all the knowledge that we have and we should get out there and put this out there and make content, to teach people. But I mean, I'm not the guy to be behind my looking at me and my phone. I'm not that guy, right? And I think I could speak for the both of us. Our clients and our projects are right here. They're right. They're right on our heart because we want the best for our clients. We want the best product. We want the best outcome for all of our jobs. And it's actually, it's a blessing and an honor to video those things and put them out there and show. So we kind of like focus on the product, right? So when you go on our social media, it's not me on camera, you on camera, even though we do these YouTube things, but these YouTube things, they live on YouTube, But
it's not about look at me, look at my nice haircut, right?
No, we want to educate,
Yes,
so you see me and everyone laughs because I do the videos with the finger, but I try to, bring life or bring actually, I mean, I don't know what the right word is. I try to show what's going to happen when you actually start construction.
But is that
rip the roof off?
Exactly. How many people
heights
when you do your walkthroughs, and we get it all the time. Oh my God, I'm so glad I seen your video because I have the same house, and now I could open up my walls, and I could because you're showing the product, you're showing what we can do.
There's also those times where you say, Pete, stop, because it's a change.
I have to because they do get me in trouble too.
Yeah, people are like, how come we can't do that? We can't do this. But yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, even though we hate doing this, it helps get the word out there. It helps show clients what we can do. And listen, we focus on the product, and the outcome instead of focusing on being on camera with the good looking haircuts and the white teeth and the fancy shoes without a stain on them, right?
Yep. That's right. So getting back into it, Pete, reality of the build. So I have a question for you. Living through the remodel. So yourself, you going through a little bit of this. And let's talk a little bit about how difficult it is.
No, so listen, I haven't actually lived through a remodel for a couple, since I moved into the house, my house, which was like 6 years ago. But just recently, we got back into having to make a space for my mother-in-law. We had to make a suite in there, and when I tell you, it's hard. The dust, the dogs, the fences left open, the guys leaving food in the back, dogs eating chicken bones. I mean, it's like, and just the time and having to. It's hard. It's hard living through. It's hard on a relationship. It's But you gotta like, you know what? I was thinking about this, you know, how I was thinking about a good comparison about what construction going through a build is like. And I can compare it to, you know, like running a race.
Running a race.
So,
Okay.
you know, when you get ready to run like a 13K, let's say, you know, you just don't jump into it. You know?
No, you got to prep yourself. Right?
Absolutely. And what's the first step, you know? Before you even put your shoes on to run the race, you got to get a coach or somebody that's gonna, you know, get you prepped and get you ready for that, right? So that's like getting the right construction team, right? So you got to get the right construction team, the right partner, you know, that's gonna coach you before you get into that remodel, right? So now, you know, you got the right coach, you got the right project manager, you got the right team. They're teaching, you know, they're coaching you, and now it's race day, right?
Right. So you're all excited about.
You got all the selections done. You got the right sneakers on. You got the right shorts on. You know, like just like in construction, you got the roofing color. You got everything,
the siding that you want and everything that you want.
Yeah, and then you get to race day. You get on that starting line, and you're full of excitement. You're just bubbling over with getting ready to run that race, right?
So the trucks show up, the dumpster shows up, the material shows up, and you're all like, excited.
Ready to go. You're ready to go. And then that gun goes off and you start running.
Yep.
And you're in, you know, now you get into like the third or fourth mile, and now the cramps come.
That's right.
Just like
the roller coaster of emotions.
The cramps come, and then you're like, oh my God, am I going to be able to finish this race? And you know, and then how you compare that to construction is, did I pick the right roofing? Did I pick the right siding? Now you're changing your mind. My roof is off. Oh my God, I got to drive my kids to school every morning, and now you know it's
and coming home to looking at stuff and having to make these selections, or when we open up the wall and we find something that, you know, you weren't thinking it was going to be there.
Or
now you got to deal with it.
I come home and the siding guys leave their lunch bags all over the backyard. You don't see it, and the dogs are eating chicken bones. And then you got to rush to the emergency room with the dog, right? So it happens. But yeah, so now you're at mile 4, and the cramps come. But you got to remember, you got to have that right coaching team that's going to put you right back and make sure you're thinking about that. You know, you get that vision in your head of the finish line and how you're going to complete it. So, you know, that you get through mile 4, you get back on track, and now you're coming towards, you know, the end of the race, where there's a lot of times people don't even make it because, you know, it just gets too difficult. And
it does.
The same thing in construction. You know, you got the husband and the wife start, you know, getting agitated because, you know, you're not in your regular environment. And now as contractors, we become psychotherapists.
we do.
But no, you know, that's where the team comes in, you know, and then the team's got to get you back and focused, and you got to realize, you know, if you just focus on running that race and you get through, there's going to be a reward at the end, you know.
And it's always worth it. That's what,
you know, our clients always, when they get to like the 4th month, they're vibrating. It's like, we want to get back in the house. And then, you know, they always try to like rush the end.
Which is crazy because it's one of the most important things of the job, you know, is the finish. The finish is all the finish line. You're almost there. So you get antsy because I want to be done. I want to be done. I want to be done. But you can't just rush it.
No. I mean, it's like, where's the painter? How come the painter? Well, the painter doesn't come till the very end. I mean, my grandfather had this thing. He always told me, he's like, you got to follow the recipe when you bake a cake.
Exactly.
If the recipe says 45 minutes at 375 to bake it, you can't raise the heat to 425 to get it done in 10 minutes.
Because what's going to happen?
You're going to burn the cake.
That's right.
Right? So
that's right.
So you got to follow the process. You got to run through it, and at the end, you know, when you finish that, when you get through that finish line, it was tough. It was a lot of pain. You know, maybe you picked the wrong shorts and you got chafed along the way, or you got the wrong sneakers, and you know, and your feet hurt. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, if that your team, and the team brings you through and you finished at the end, and then you reap all the rewards. It feels good. You're like, all right, I made it through.
Because that's basically what we do. You know, we will be that coach that will hold your hand, guiding you through the process and cheering on you. Just keep going. We're almost there. We're going to make it.
You always got to bring that vision back into play, you know? But then it's not, even though it's over for us, You know, it might be the end for us. It's the beginning for the client. You know,
True.
you always got to look at that. It's a new beginning because now you're coming back into your home. You have that new master suite. You have that new area for the newborn baby coming in. You have the new kitchen. Your life's changed because the functionality of the house is different. You know, everything you hope for and you wish for, you know.
Now it's a reality.
Now it's a reality. And you went through those dark times. You went through the dust and not having electric and the heat calls and not having heat. And you went through it all. And now you're living in a beautiful home.
True. So for
everybody hates us at the 4th month. They all hate. No, I don't care who you are. Everybody hates their contractor.
That's true.
I hated myself for putting me through it.
Yes. You were, what are you doing to me? Was he questioning me all the time? What is this? I can't take this anymore. But just like our clients, I told you, hey, we're almost there. Just be patient.
Just be patient.
And we're almost there. And then what happens is, yes, at the 4th month, they hate us, but then don't they come back 2-3 months after they're settled in with a thank you email or a thank you message? Because
absolutely,
like you said, now
every
it's all
job,
worth it.
yeah. And then we video it, and you know what? It's like having a new child for us because we want to show it off.
It's true.
You know, we do the videos, and you know, we love to show off our work and our craftsmanship.
Yeah.
You know, that's our new tagline. You know, built by faith,
Driven by craft.
Driven by craft.
That's
so
right.
That's
yeah.
You know, that's what drives us every day. You know, it's not the money. You know, it's not. It's for me. It's about coming to a client that can't figure things out and solving the problem.
Solving a problem.
You know, and
we don't sell you a project. We'll give you a solution. And
absolutely.
You know, obviously, as a business, yes, obviously there is money involved because the business, you know, everything costs money. But we really put our hearts into it.
How many times do we have a job where the client's not happy and we go and we rip things? It costs us money, but we rip it down and we redo it. You know,
yeah, that's true.
So,
happens quite often. Not because we did it wrong, just because they figure out that they wanted something different.
We just had a client that we put the stone in and they ripped the whole stone out because they didn't like the color and they wanted a whole other color. But
that's right.
There's setbacks, there's things that happen, and we have to schedule around it.
Which, thank you for that one, because it takes me to question number 2, Pete. And that's basically it. We have a timeline for every project, right? But then timeline where basic goes into custom, how does that affect the timeline? And you went through it too, because you had in your mind, this is what I'm going to do. But then you ended up, as you were seeing the project develop, thinking about, I want this to be a little bit more custom. I want this to be a little different. So how does the timeline get affected by custom finishes?
That's almost 65% of our projects. The timeline changes because of that. Because, you know, you come in, you know, wanting a basic project, keeping the budget down low. And then as we're getting through it, it's, I want a full stone backsplash. I want to add under counter lighting. I want to change the outlets. I want to do ceramic tile. It's like there's so many different options out there now. And then
that's also one of our skills is that we just, you know, even though we have a contract, we have a plan to follow, we just don't say this is what it is and that's it. We always give the client the opportunity. Yeah. Listen, this is what we have, but if you like, this could be this. Or they come to us saying, hey, I saw this online, or I saw this at my friend's house that just recently did a renovation. And then we ended up having a completely different aspect of the project because now it's very custom. Like for instance,
that's what's going on with a lot of our wall unit systems now. So we're coming into where we're just going to have a simple cabinet and shelving. And then when we get to it and we lay it out with our clients, then all of a sudden they want to start bringing in these arches and these white oak 3-inch shelves and a lot of lighting. There's a lot of lighting being involved. Yep. So, you know, now you got to bring the framers back in. You got to frame it. Then you got to sheetrock it. And then you got to bring the cabinet guy back in to remeasure. And then, so it adds a little more time. But at the end of the day, the client wants, you're doing this once and you want to do it the right way. So it wouldn't help us not to give them the options while we're working. We give all those options and then we let them make the decision. But yeah, I mean, you know,
and we always, even if the option we're giving you is not doable at the moment because of you know, obviously money or things like that, we help them out, or we also prep for future. Because how many other projects haven't we finished that we prep them for future. And then they called us back 2 years later when they recouped and had the money to say, now I'm going to go and finish off the other phase that I couldn't do before. So,
but you know, that you brought that up with a timeline where it goes from basic to custom, you know, well, let's talk about that a little bit. So, you know, you got all the way to sheetrock and spackle, you know, maybe what you did is you changed you changed the layout around because you didn't like, you know, some of the room layouts. You wanted to move closets, and we get that a lot, right?
Yep.
We have to relay out the bathrooms because they're not happy with what the architect that they brought onto the project laid out. And now that they see it, we're moving windows around. So that could take some time, right? That takes a little bit of time, maybe a week or two to come up with new layouts. We give them some design options. We redesign that. But then we get into, you know, we get sheetrock and spackled, and then we bring the kitchen cabinet guys back in to remeasure. And then that takes some time because now sometimes the client, you know, reimagines the cabinet layout, right?
Right.
You know, and then maybe at that time, you know, they want to add something different. Or how many times does that happen to us?
It happens a lot because now when you see something frame and all the light is coming through all the walls because you don't have any sheetrock yet. But once we put the sheetrock on the walls and it's spackle, and now like their visions changes because now it's like, oh, I know. Wow, now I see it.
So many times we walk them through. I mean, we do walkthroughs on everything, but so many times you go through all the lighting and you lay out the kitchen because we don't go into sheetrock without having a kitchen layout. But you get all the way there, and then after it's sheetrock, they have like an epiphany, like, "Oh my God, we got to change this." So now we're opening rock up, and you know it's not any fault of our own, but you got to make the client happy, right? So you know we change that up. So, you know, now you get through all that and we start trimming, and then they roll in, and what happens? 50% of the time. Oh, I want to change the molding and do panels, or let's add a corporate ceiling.
Yep. They want to add because they see all these things. Number one, I had to say, give it up to our carpenters and everybody that we use, our tile guys and stuff.
Very patient.
Yes. And they do such a beautiful job that in reality, people, you know, it's contagious. They do this one room and it's looking so good that they now want to add the panels. And now they want to add the crown molding to the other room. And
there's
now,
multiple options for panels and base molding.
So then it starts snowballing into they want to do more and more. And therefore that changes the timeline, you know? Same thing with, you know, like, okay, kitchen cabinets are in and we template for the countertops. And then boom, we get hit with, I don't want to do a tile backsplash.
I don't want to do tile back. Exactly. And the full stone backsplash, people don't realize. They think it's so simple. You just throw the stone up and that's
why will it be more time if it's just one piece? You put it on the wall, you're done, right?
Meanwhile, you know, you can't even template that till the countertop goes in. So now you have a template for the countertop, and then you have to wait 6 or 7 days for the fabrication. Now the countertop goes in. So now what happens? Everything has to stop because you can't finish the floors. You can't bring the painter back.
You can't finish your
plumbing and your electrical.
Yep.
So now, you know, you put your countertop in. Then they have to bring the fabrication team back in to template the backsplash. Yep. So now what that means is you can't finish your crown molding. You can't finish your light rail. You can't fit. So now all that holds. And then you got the customer saying, well, how come nothing's getting done?
Yeah. Why are you not at my house putting up the crown molding? But it's because there is a process to it.
There's a process. So, you know, so now they template that. So it's another 6 days of fabrication. So then they come and they put the backsplash in. Now we can reschedule. What's the first thing that has to go in? The electrician has to come in and put all those under counter lights in. Then the trimmers come back, because we finished the bottom of the cabinets and we put our light rail in. We finished the crown. Then after that's done, then, you know, we can get all that back in, and then we come in and finish the floors. Right. You know, now everybody, all the traffic, the heavy traffic's done. And then we bring back in the painter, all the wall. That's the biggest thing now is the wallpaper. We got people wallpaper in ceilings. We have people wallpaper in backsplashes in the kitchen now. It's, you know, it's so you know, that all brings in time. I mean, you know, if I compare it to like what I'm going through right now is, you know, in my own renovation, we started as, and this is like all the renovations we do. It's the same process. So we started with building an in-law suite, right, for my mother-in-law. We were just going to renovate the one space and do the bathroom. It turned into, well, if we're doing that, let's do the whole bathroom. So then we're doing 2 bathrooms. And then it turned into the master bathroom. And then it turned into a closet, you know, redoing a closet. So
but then there's also those other things that for you also, they were unforeseen. Like you opened up the walls and then you realize the plumbing wasn't good. So you're like,
if the plumbing's not good here, it can't be good over there.
So then he went into a laundry room as well.
And then I went into a laundry room, but then I'm at the process now where I had cabinets go in for the laundry, for the laundry, and some stuff's on back order. So now I'm waiting because of the Jewish holidays, the cabinet places were back. So now you're waiting for that. Then I'm waiting for glass inserts in some of the cabinets in the closet. So then you're waiting on that. So while you're waiting for all that, the painter's on hold, the wallpaper guy's on hold, all those guys are on hold, and you're living, with still paper on the floor because you don't want to start picking it all up because you just got to put it back down again. And then,
but you just got to be patient because that cake is almost ready. You're almost there. You're baking it at the right temperature. So by the time we get to the finish line, you're gonna be happy with the outcome.
And you know what? As the owner, I'm always last. So
Yes, he does go last. People will say, "Oh, I bet you won't do this at Peter's house." No, he's the one that weighs the most.
I'm still waiting.
Our clients come first.
I'm still waiting for my heat to get turned back on. I've been. My wife yesterday, she's like, "This is ridiculous." I'm like, "It's 62 degrees in the house." I'm like, "Yeah, but the plumbers are getting everybody else's heat on, and then
right.
We've been running with the fireplace on." But
there you go. And
because I had to change the AC units were old, and that whole thing with going with hydro coils, and now you have to redo it's just it gets intricate. But
he does, and we deal with it was crazy. First was the rush. I gotta finish before school starts because obviously the convenience of being at home when school starts. Now is the holiday rush.
So
now is we gotta finish because I want to have Thanksgiving in my house, and then we got to finish because Christmas I want to have it at my house, and
100%. And that's another reason why we've been dark on social for a while is because we lost 2 excellent PMs. Not lost, but one of them had to go. One of our really good PMs had to take a leave of absence for almost a month because he had to get his
he was working
his immigration papers reworked out, which was difficult because we had to cover for him.
It was.
And then another one of our another top project manager we have, his mother is very sick, and he had to leave the country for a little bit, and 1 week turned into 2 weeks, and then getting them back was, all of a sudden he was gone for 3 weeks. My other guy was gone for a month, but it's been rough.
It's been rough. We're
right?
here, man. We made it, and they're back now.
We made it through. They're back, and
we're stronger than ever.
So right. And we did add some more members to the team, which is always good. But yeah.
So I guess that's it, Pete. I like what we got. Anything else you want to add?
No. I mean. Listen, construction's hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, but we do the best we can to walk our clients through it. We have a great management team here. They all put, for us, it's God, family, client, right?
Yeah.
And that's how our whole team runs,
Yeah.
So. But it's been a journey, and it's been fun, So,
and that's one of the things I want to add is the quality that's non-negotiable for you. You know that you want people to have that NOAA quality, which we always put out, but we've been focusing a lot on the NOAA experience, what he means is for every client, no matter the size of the job, you always want them to have the same care and attention as any other job will have.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's why this teaching is tough, but is worth it. Every little bit of it.
Yeah, so, it's been a struggle, but you know what? We overcome, right?
Yeah, so. That's it. All right.
But guys, listen, if you like what you've seen, if we opened your eyes to something new, if you have questions at home, please, send them in. We'll answer them live here on our show. And guys, if you like everything you've seen, please like our show, subscribe, share our show, and we would love that, right?
That's right. So that's it, guys. If you didn't know, now you know.